Part 8, we're going to get right back into it. Classes in session, Nichol Kensington interview. Part 8, there's 7 other priors. She obviously is a lady that had an affair with Chris Watts, and he took out his whole family. So just to give you a highlight. And right now, she's at a part of the interview, and I backed it up just a little bit to show once again. We'll just go over it, but she's going to need to balance her best friend, Jim, that has a key to her apartment, that is at her place, and now Chris Watts is letting her know that he can't find his family. Well, he knows where his family is. I'm just saying that he's acting like right now in this, if we take this story where it's at, and Nichol is texting him while another dude's at her house that she claims is only a friend, but yet she's saying she's balancing the fact that she has a friend over and Chris that has had an emergency. There's the balance. She's claiming that this friend is just a friend. Well, no, she has 2 sexual relationships. In my opinion, this is my opinion that she's balancing because Jim does not know about Chris. Chris knows about Jim, but Jim does not know about Chris.
Like, elaborate. And so, and then, but he says, call me like it's like an emergency, but then just says, but they're not there. And so I'm like really like floored by that. Well, not like floored, but just kind of like, he says, call me, so I'm concerned. And then he's really vague, so I'm like, maybe he just wants to talk to me. I don't know. I think it took me a little while to like really process the severity of the situation, just because this is not something that you expect to see every day, and the way that he talked to me made me believe that this is not what was going on at all.
Okay, so you make a phone call to him and you guys have a conversation.
I did. I stepped outside.
This is 3:45.
Ish. I mean, well, like, I think I actually interacted with Jim for like probably a good 15 or 20 minutes. I mean, he's my guest. He's in my house.
Okay, well, hang on a second. And I'm going to call BS on that, too. Jim has a key to your place. You claim he's been a friend for numerous years, best friend, and he can let himself in at any time, yet he's just a friend. And so, if he's been a friend for numerous years, he should totally understand this. Like, hey, I got something I'm dealing with. You got to find your own way for now, Jim. No, baby, no. You got Jim there. He knows he's there to bang, and he needs you to bang. So, by you not giving him attention and having to deal with another man, it's causing problems for you. If he was just a friend, you'd be like, hey, Jim, chill for a second. I got some other shit I'm dealing with the guy I'm banging. Come on now, Nichol. This, you lying. But they lie about their private lives, sex lives.
Called him right away, but like, I mean, I'm trying to balance the fact that I have my friend here, and then Chris is saying that something needs to be addressed.
Why you gotta balance? Why you gotta balance with a? This is supposed to be an old family friend, dude. Lame. No, you gotta balance because you got 2 men you banging, and only one knows about the other guy. The other guy doesn't know about the other guy, so you're trying to hide it.
Me, it didn't sound like an emergency. I mean, it's all the time. Like, people aren't home right now. So it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to take this call.
But one thing I will say, and this is what women lack, is the insight. This cop don't believe. Her dad can't believe this stuff. The cop probably don't believe it. Any guy watching this doesn't believe what she's saying about Jim. And if you think I'm wrong, you can tell me, but who would want their gal having a guy, I know she's not exclusive with anybody, but I'm just saying, if you banging a chick, do you want the chick to have another guy with a key to her place and he's just her best friend? Get that. Hell nah.
No. I mean, it was the way he said it, and I was like, okay. So I remember hanging out with Jim for a while, and then I stepped outside. And I made a call, like, out on my...
Blowjob to Jim.
And I called him. And he didn't answer the phone. And then he texted me back. Oh, no. Did he answer the phone? I don't remember. I think he missed my call, and then he called me back.
Yeah. And this is hard to do when you got a guest in your house that you're trying to hide because you're like, why didn't you answer the phone? Now you're calling me. Now I'm back in the house. God dang.
Answered. Either way, it was a very short talk to him where he was just like, I have to go. The cops are here, and I don't remember if he said that on the phone or over text. I'm so tired.
That's fine. You don't need
either way, like,
it's
the
just
cops,
the context.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will figure it out. The cops are here. I'm just like, all right. And then I remember we were like we were texting, but I was like hanging out with my company, so it wasn't like
hanging out with. I love the hate. I was fucking.
it was just kind of like I would check my phone every once in a while, and we would.
I'd ride my friend Jim. I'd let him do me doggy, whatever, and then I need to check my phone, make sure Chris's family's still missing.
With each other, and he was just saying like they weren't there, and that her friend Nikki was there, and that her friend.
I mean, I gotta go back to the BS about this. So this guy Jim, this is getting me, Nicole. This is where you're losing me. Okay, so Jim is hanging out with her friend Jim with the key to her apartment. That lives out of state. That comes and visits her every once in a while. And okay, just a friend, right? You say he's just a friend. You say he. Okay, no. Oh baby, you. Okay. Anyway, we got what I need. Anyway, Bismarcky, look it up. But so she talked about this friend, but if he's just really a good friend, a good family friend, you go, hey, look, I got a guy that can't find his family, and the police are over his house. Look, man, I'm going to be dealing with him on text. He'll probably be calling here. But this guy Jim knows nothing about this Chris guy, even though this Chris guy can't find his family. And you haven't said one word to your company about. I mean, come on, man. Like, you gonna get us to believe that's your friend that you can't be honest and authentic with? Well, he don't want no other dicks in you. That's why you. Come on, Nicole.
I called the cops, and I'm like, why would this girl call the cops? And like, I honestly do not remember the order of operations on all of this, but I'm pretty sure the majority of our conversation that night until my friend Jim left the house.
My friend Jim.
Probably pretty late. I don't even know what time. 9 or 10.
9 or 10. I don't know what time did we bang till. Let's see, about 9 or 10. Come on, man. You got a best friend, my friend Jim. Like, it doesn't even, like, dude, I get embarrassed for her. Like when she's trying to sell that store. Anyway, and he leaves at 9 or. You got a dude staying at your house on a Sunday till 9 or 10. Your best friend from out of state with the key to your apartment. Get the fuck out of here.
All via text. So you should have this via text. Like, I don't think we started talking again on the phone until like after my company left.
You can't. You riding him, man. You fucking giving Jim the fucking once around, man.
I don't know. He just started like giving me details about stuff, and I don't remember what order, but he was saying like Nikki was really upset, and that the cops were there, and that they were like searching the house, and I was just like, what? Like what? Why? And he was telling me that they had like had a disagreement or something like that, and then he told me like she was gonna go to a friend's house, and I was like, okay, well, maybe she left, maybe she just like went to her friends. And then I don't remember, but I think he was the one that told me that her cell phone and her purse were still there. I think he told me that.
He told you her cell phone and purse were still there?
I think he did. I don't remember.
What's the significance of that in your mind at that time?
At that point, I thought this woman was really trying to get out of this house.
Okay.
That's what I thought, because he said that they had a disagreement, and I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I leave my cell phone at home.
When he said disagreement, did he tell you what it was about, or?
Not at that point.
It's about her.
So, again, like you
It's about you, Nicole.
have to check these texts, because it's all like,
That's okay.
His wife found out about you. That's what happened.
But I remember him saying that, and I'm just thinking, like, well, maybe she was in a rush, like, maybe she was just like, I'm going to my friends, I'm leaving my cell phone here because I don't want you calling me, I don't want anyone else calling me. I mean, there are days where, like, when I'm outside of work, I will just shut my phone off. I just do it, and it's, like, my way of getting peace. So to me, that...
He got busted about the week, they in the other episode, he got busted. They went out on Saturday, he banged her before they went out, they went to a restaurant. They came back to her place. They banged again. He went home, got home about 10. He told Nicole he had a babysitter. The babysitter was his wife. His wife was supposedly out of town. I guarantee she busted him on that day. So his wife confronted him. That's when the argument starts. That's when he chokes her out. I'm just putting it together.
I mean, like, it was weird that it wasn't even that weird to me that she left her phone just because I leave my phone, but it was weird to me that she left her purse. But knowing the fact that that girl was, like, always on her phone... then yeah, I guess it is kind of
Like
odd.
she lived on her phone, I think,
Yeah.
pretty much, is my understanding of her and a phone. So
It's all
I
women.
don't know if you knew that
I did.
until prior to the media stuff or just from Chris.
I did.
So did that strike you as odd? But you were thinking maybe she just left.
I just thought she needed to like get away from the situation. I mean, that didn't seem that awkward to me that a couple that is going through separation would be like, I need to leave. I just need some space. Like,
But that's the lie you were told. They weren't going through separation. That's the lie. That's the story you told yourself. That's why it's important to verify people's stories because that it'll sound you're gonna write a narrative to a story differently if you don't know what's truly going on. That's why we want to get in and see how women behave privately because we want to write the correct narratives.
Process. I was like, okay, like give her some space, and on that note too, when he was we're gonna jump back for just a second.
Okay.
I had a thought. So when he was coming back from North Carolina, that was when he officially told me we're gonna get a divorce and we're gonna put the house up for sale. Like he told me they were separating and they were like gonna put the house up for sale, but they hadn't done it yet. And then when he got back from North Carolina, that was when he was like, it was like a sealed deal.
Okay.
And the reason that is of significance is because at some point over the weekend, I don't remember when, he told me that they were putting the house up. I don't know if it was they were putting it up on Monday, like the day they went missing, or if it was that they were calling the realtor to verify some stuff. So
They went missing Sunday, I think.
I don't quite remember. I just remember like the house was supposed to be like on the market like that week.
No.
Did he name a realtor ever?
No.
Yeah, he did. I don't
Well,
remember her name.
that's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie.
I don't remember her name like at all. I was trying to think of that for you guys.
That house went up.
No, he never gave
The
me
only one that-
gave me her name, and it was the same name twice. He gave it to me once, and he's another.
The only one that thought they were getting separated was you, Nicole, because he lied to you.
And then once the other time, because I remember asking, I was like, "Who's that?" Because he's like, "I'm gonna have to have her call so and so today and make sure everything's still good to go." And I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Oh." It's like, "Oh." Or not today, but
If
like.
it ever comes to your mind, just
Yeah, I
Maybe
doubt
it
it. That
was
was such
call.
a.
Yeah.
I will try. I don't
lots of
know who it
names. It's
was.
fine. It's not that critical. That person may come forward to us anyways, perhaps. So don't worry about it. Let's go back to the phone calls on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, so he's like
With
texting
Jim
me all
there.
this information, and
No.
I started to kind of freak out. And it's not like I'm freaked out like, oh, she got murdered. I mean, that is not what I thought. It's like, okay, like the way I looked at this, like apparently his wife had been gone since midday was when she got like reported missing. I didn't know that. Like the way I looked at this, it was I got home from work just now. I mean, he didn't say that, but I interpreted I just got home from work. And my family is not here. So when we're texting for like a few hours, like the cop thing was kind of weird, but he's like, Nikki insisted they call the cops. Nikki insisted they call the cops. And I'm like, okay, and I'm just trying to figure out, well, like, what role does this woman play in this situation? Like, is she...
Did you know who she was?
No, I don't know any of his people. Like, this has been pretty, like, tight wrap for a while, which is probably a really good thing. But anyways, I didn't know, like, who she was. And so, like, I started asking him. I was like, well, where do you think your wife is at? And he's like, I think she'll be back tonight. Like, I think she's, like, out with
Yeah,
somebody.
right.
And he was telling me that they had a disagreement. So I was like, well, I remember telling him, I was like, you should make sure that you have wait a minute. No. So all that happened. And then it starts getting kind of laid out. And I remember we talked for text for a while and part of this conversation, and then it moved to the phone. I remember telling him, because he was like, I think she'll just be back tomorrow. I think she's just going to be gone for the night, like with a friend, And
Did
like,
he name the friend?
no, he didn't. And like, because I don't think, he made it sound like he didn't know like what friend's house she would be at. And I remember talking to him and I was like, well, maybe it's that Nikki girl. And he's like, well, Nikki called the cops, so why would she be at Nikki's house? And I'm like, I don't know, kind of throws her off the trail of where she's at, you know? And it's like, it sounds kind of weird, but it's like, he really made this sound like this woman was just like upset, left the house. And that was probably what he thought happened to her. And so I didn't really put too much like...
Did he tell you the kids were missing as well?
Yes,
with her?
I knew.
Okay.
I mean, which made sense to me.
Yeah, they're with the wife.
We were at work all day. I mean, he didn't tell me he got home early. He didn't say that to me. So, I mean, it made sense. Like, if she's going to leave, Dave should probably go with her.
Right.
And so, I don't know. I feel like I wish I should have, like, processed all of this earlier, but I just don't feel like when one of my friends is gone, I'm like, oh my God, they got murdered. We should address this. Like, I haven't
No.
heard
It's
from
not
them
a
in 4
typical
hours.
thought when somebody just checks out for a day.
Right.
No. So it got late at night, and like I remember telling him, I was like, he's like, I think she'll be back tomorrow, and he was gonna go into work, and I told him not to. I was like, you need to stay home, and you need to help the cops. I'm like, and you need to wait for her to come back. And he's like telling me like, well, what if like she comes back and she sees my truck? And I was like, you know what I would do? I was like, I would ask one of your good friends who's off of work tomorrow to come over to this house and hang out with you while you're here. I was like, I'm gonna park your truck down the street. I was like, so
Who's leading? You never let a woman lead. Don't tell me. I don't even know none of this, girl. I mean, not a leader. Beta bitch.
at you and she wants to come back. I was like, but she doesn't want to be here. If you're here, maybe. I was like, if she comes back, I was like, and she doesn't see your truck, maybe she'd be more willing to come in the house. I'm like, but don't be alone with her. I was like, because if she's upset enough to leave, I was like, you don't know what kind of confrontation you're going to have when you get back in the house. And I was like, so that's why you should have a friend there so that you're not alone with her. And I was like, and for some reason you are alone with her. I told him, I was like,
First, he should be leading. Solid advice, though, from Nichol, because she knows men and women in relationships, as most women do. And, yes, solid information. But you should already know, as a man, lead it. You lead it better.
I really thought she just left. I did. I was like, get your phone, put it on video, and put it in your pocket.
Fact.
And I was like, and just zip it up. And he's like, why? And I told him, I was like,
Oh,
you
geez.
voice record. I was like, so if she comes home, I was like, and you two.
I mean, what a punk ass loser, dude. You know, I mean, unless they say a woman did, and they can help you out and give you some good advice on some of this stuff. But you know, as a man, you go, yeah, I like that plan, or no, I don't like that plan. Not why. Come on, man. What a punk.
Are still like, if there's some choice words being said, because you guys obviously
For documentation,
so, like,
right?
something that's, or
Did he ever articulate what their argument was
he did,
about?
and I will get there, but
It's about
I
you,
told him,
Nichol.
like, just be prepared, because at this point, like, it wasn't like I was like trying to make her to be a bad person. It was just like I didn't know what was going on. I assumed that she had left, so I was like, well, when you get back, because I knew that they were going through a divorce, it was like, just cover your bases, try not to be alone. And if you are, just record what you guys are talking about, so like at the end of the day, like nothing bad happens to you, and like that was kind of how I processed that whole situation. And so he was like, all right. And then she didn't come home that night. That was Monday night, right? Yes.
We're talking about Monday.
Monday night, yes. And he told me this is what he told me they talked about, and I realized that this is like total bullshit, and I think he's telling you guys a different story. And I think the reason that he's telling me what he's telling, I think the story he's telling you is probably slightly more accurate than the one he told me on this case, and the reason is because I think he was trying to save his ass with the fact that she's pregnant. So he told me that she had asked him to wake her up before he left for work on Monday morning. And so I don't know if she did that on a text or how it was supposedly communicated. But he said that he went to get her up, which I also found weird because like she's still sleeping when he leaves, because she gets up with the kids and they get up shortly after that, but like it's just him in the mornings, And so he said that she woke up and those two kind of just like got in a disagreement, and I don't know what all was said, but he was like, she was being pretty mean. And then
Oh,
he said,
poor, there you go. Pretty mean to me. Come on, man. More I hear about this guy, the blue, he would be mean to me. No, he took her out Sunday. He took her out of commission Sunday, I believe. And so she ain't around Monday.
she told me that she's pregnant, and
He
she
lied.
told me that the kid is not mine.
Whatever.
That is what he told me.
He's again.
So she's pregnant. The kid's not mine.
He's trying to make it sound once again like he's the victim, painting her in nasty light. No, that was his kid that you killed.
Like he's playing. He didn't know she was pregnant
Yep.
until that morning,
Yeah.
and that it's not. She had an affair with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is before I knew she was.
When actually the opposite's
like,
true.
all the stuff on Monday that I read, if from my recollection, because I didn't find out she was pregnant until Tuesday. So anything that got posted on Monday did not emphasize the fact that she like had a baby on board. So then.
Let me ask you something. You said that he usually gets up in the morning and just it's him, and she gets up and takes care of the kids. Is that the routine that you know for them, or do you know him to get up and like prepare meals prior to him leaving the home?
Well, he gets up and he like goes to the gym and he works out in his basement and like makes breakfast, and I don't know.
Does he make breakfast for himself, or does he make breakfast for his children?
I don't.
Himself.
I think I don't know. They're still sleeping at that point. Like all I know is he at one point in sometime in this whole thing, he told me that they usually get up at like 6:30, and she gets him ready and takes him to school and like does all the morning stuff with them, as far as I know. And then in the afternoons when he gets home from work, he kind of does more of the afternoon stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a tag team operation that they have going on, but I think she does more in the AM and he does more in the PM.
Right.
Is kind of how
I think she probably does more all the time.
So
Sounded like he probably was a deadbeat.
to him and then throws this out that
Yes.
she's pregnant from another.
And I said, do you believe her? And he was just like, he said something about like, oh yeah, like she kind of looked like she was showing me in North Carolina, but I wasn't sure. And I'm like,
This loser.
she's pregnant? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you think she's like having an affair? And he's like, I think she said that out of spite. And he's like, and I was like, okay. And then, and again, like, I think he's just saying all this to me to try to cover his tracks with me. Like, I don't know what he told you guys, but I bet it's probably very different. And I think that what he said to me, it was like directed towards me. Like this whole bullshit little box lie that he had right there was like the lie directed.
Did he say when the argument started?
Nope.
Did
He just said it was in the
say-
morning. He said he woke her up in the morning.
Okay. Did he say when she came home? Did he ever let you know that?
I think I want to
She
say
never
he said
left.
Too, but I don't know.
And then he woke her for what purpose?
Because she asked him to.
Okay.
So I was under the impression that he was asleep. I'm assuming this is how it like went, and what he was trying to tell me is that he was asleep by the time she got home, and she sent him a text and said, "Wake me up before you leave." And then he woke her up, and they got in an argument, and then he went to work.
Okay.
That's how I processed
And the
it.
context of that argument again was just she's pregnant. And is there anything else that he shared with
He
you?
did not elaborate on it, and I didn't ask.
What were you thinking at that time?
This was like on Monday. Again, at that point, I was like, I still thought she left. I mean, this was all on Monday. Like, I legitimately thought this woman left the premises with her kids and just wanted nothing to do with him for like 24 hours.
So his story was believable that she was pregnant from another man and maybe she took off for that guy or...
He said several times, like, I think she just said that out of spite.
Okay.
Like, he thought she was with one of her friends.
So he still held true to that story.
Pretty much.
She's just leaving and she's with a friend.
That was kind of what he thought. And that's kind of what he had me believing. And at the time, I wasn't really alarmed because it'd been like a half a day.
Yeah, not that long.
And so then Tuesday rolled around, and
Did you see him at all on Monday? You said you didn't,
No.
right?
I
Earlier.
did not see
Okay.
him. And I went to work
Did he
Monday.
ever try to convince you to come see him or say he wanted to come to your house?
No. We were supposed to go pick out apartments to go look at on Wednesday, so yesterday. But that obviously.
Right.
didn't
So
happen.
on Monday he never tried to be convincing to get you to come up to see him?
No.
Nothing.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so because I had my buddy Jim was over Monday and
Jim.
Tuesday, and he knew Jim was over Monday and Tuesday. And that's why we're gonna
But
hang
Jim
out.
didn't know he was.
So no, he didn't ask me. So Tuesday rolled around, and she still wasn't around. And this is when I started getting kind of sick. Like my friend Jim was sick on Monday when he came up, and
How'd y'all get
I
sick
just started
together?
feeling like crap as it was.
Yeah, how'd y'all get sick so quickly together? This Jim dude.
And I was just kind of having a hard time focusing and like thinking about what was going on. And I'd asked him a few times, I'm like, where's your family, Chris? Like, where's your family? You know, and he would tell me like, oh, I don't know, or I want them home. Like, I asked like several times. So I think I got different responses, but each time like he didn't know where they were. You know, and I'm like, she's still at home. And he's like, no. And I had also asked him to like, he said he had a friend, Dave, that was a cop, which I also find convenient that there's another Dave working this case who's a cop. But I was like, well, Dave's off. Why don't you just have him like post up outside your house too and see if she shows up? You know, and he told me on Tuesday morning, he was like, I called Dave and asked him to sit outside my house and he's going to do it. And he's like, and then my friend Nick is coming over later on this.
Well, maybe if she came over, he would see the cop car out there, so she wouldn't. Anyway. Yeah, he's a shape-shifting beta male.
And I was like, okay.
Did you ever hear Nick's name before?
I've actually heard that name a few times, like around him. Like there's certainly, I never heard Dave before. Dave was new, but I've heard the name Nick a lot, so I don't know if that's like real or what, but if I was to guess like friends that he like legitimately has, I would assume that he was one of them. But yeah, because I know he's told me before, like when we first started hanging out, lived kind of in the area, and he's like,
Translation,
he's like,
banging.
He actually goes, he's a trail runner, and he's like, he runs at East Lake number 3.
So he lives in your area?
Kind of.
Okay.
And I remember him saying that to me once. He's like, you know that park that we like hung out at? I was like, yeah.
Hung
He's
out
like,
at.
nobody runs over there. We should not go to that park anymore. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
why?
Uh,
Kiss and give BJs at the park.
That's cool. And anyways,
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
We're almost done.
I know. I'm trying to just keep it all together here for you guys. Tuesday morning. Oh, so he said Dave was gonna stay outside of his house, and Nick was gonna come over that afternoon. So I was like, all right. And then I think most of the texting throughout the day was kind of like, have you heard anything? Like, what's going on? It was kind of like me checking up on him. And I don't remember everything, but it wasn't, I didn't even make it through the entire workday. Like, I was feeling really, really sick, like, in general. And then I decided on my lunch break to get on the internet and look at what was going on.
Uh-oh. Ba 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 ba.
And I
Ba ba
saw
ba
a report that was
ba.
like, this woman who's 15 weeks pregnant and her 2 daughters are missing. And I was like, whoa, what? And I was just like so floored, and I read a couple other articles just to make sure that, you know, all the newspapers are. And I'm like, just double check, like, am I really reading this right? And I'm like, okay. And he had told me previously, like, she says she's pregnant with another man's kid, but he'd said, like, he could kind of tell in North Carolina, but that girl is, like, obviously pregnant. I mean, in her photos. I mean, 15 weeks, that's like 4 months. That's pretty far along. And so it's like, how would you not know if she's showing? Like, you totally know if she's showing. And so, oh my God, I got so sick. I was just like, I need to go. I just like packed my stuff and I left work and
We got another Jim sighting here. Hang on.
And I remember I told Jim I was going to get home early and he wanted to come over right away.
Wait. Okay, so she leaves. I gotta suss this out. Okay, so she leaves work early at noon. Normally she gets off at 3 and gets home about 3:45. Jim's in town from out of state, her best friend that she allegedly just friends with. And she lets Jim know she's getting off early and he wants to come over right away. Why would a guy want to come over right away, Nicole? Because he wants to bang. That's y'all's deal. Come on, man. Ugh. The lies.
It's some time to like process what was going on. But I did tell him, I was like, you can come over earlier than you did yesterday, because he didn't want to wait in traffic. That was the thing.
BS, bro. Didn't want to wait in traffic. Get the f out of here, bruh. Oh.
Like, saving some time.
Ladies.
So I don't remember what time he got there. I probably still have that text, because I don't have any reason to delete those.
When did you,
But,
yeah.
So he came over a little early, but I did have like a gap of time. And
Let's see those pictures.
I don't know how long it was. I bet it was like after I
She
got
didn't want to get the phone out to
time
look at the text.
It was probably like, I don't know, hour and a half maybe, somewhere around there.
God.
And,
What a punk.
I remember talking to Chris during this.
So what's
time,
Jim
and it
guy?
was
What do you
like-
think?
I did not talk to him on the phone at all on Tuesday. And I was pretty upset, where I was just like, you know, I was going back and forth like, where's your family, this and this and this, but I'm like, she's pregnant, you know, and this and this, and he's like, the baby's not mine, the baby's not mine. And
Oh, God. I mean, just own it at this point, Chris. You already killed your whole family. What do you... Now you're going to try to save face and be the... what a punk beta.
like, you told me yesterday that you think that when she said that she cheated on you, she did it out of spite. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, so then it's your kid.
It's all lies.
And he kept denying it. And then, like, he started, like, kind of worrying about us. He'd just be like, well, does this ruin everything with us, this and this and this? And I'm like, no. I'm like, just trying to, like, his situation is so much more important right now than, like, our situation.
But his main concern
Right. And his focused on the relationship. What a beta move. Is this ruining the relationship with us? I mean, no, you know, I mean, if it's going to ruin the relationship, you call it, you know? And if you don't want the relationship to be over, then you don't worry about it. You don't say anything. And you continue life as normal. If she tries to dump you, if she dumps you, she dumps you. You know? Or, does this ruin us? Does this ruin us, Nicole? Oh, please don't leave. All right, we're going to leave it there for now and do another part. We'll see you on the next one.